Now, welcome back. For those of you that are not aware, June is actually CPR Awareness Month. And here to talk about an incredible life-saving story is First Officer Matthew Clark, who suffered cardiac arrest while in flight. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Now, tell us your story. This is just quite the miracle and so incredible. So we love that you're here with us today to share what happened to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So back in May of 2020, I was a commercial airline pilot and operating a cargo flight. I was at the controls of a Boeing 777 coming back from Europe to the US. And about 6.5 hours into the flight, suddenly, without warning, I had a cardiac arrest and died. And there were no warning signs, no symptoms. I had no previous medical issues or otherwise. Literally in the blink of an eye, I went from looking out the window to being dead.
Wow. Now, that is incredible. So you died, and here you are today. Tell us how you're feeling.
I feel great. You know, obviously, I'm very thankful to be here, and I'm grateful to my fellow pilots. When it happened, the captain, Captain T. Lee, immediately recognized that I was incapacitated. He reached over, checked for a pulse, checked for breathing, found nothing. And thankfully, even though he learned CPR almost 30 years ago, he reclined the seat, began giving me CPR. Eventually, the other pilot was woken up from his rest break. He got the AED, brought it up to the cockpit. They hooked it up to me. It gave me a shock and brought me back to life. And even though I was still unconscious at that point, they believe I was dead for roughly 8 to 10 minutes.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. And I would say you're a walking testament why it's important to learn CPR, but talk to us a little bit more about the safety around that, and as well as being able to identify and locate and use the AED.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you can imagine, learning CPR and having AEDs available is absolutely critical. You know, if you go to the American Heart Association's website, there's a number of statistics, and, you know, they're very scary. If you suffer a cardiac arrest outside of a hospital, your odds of survival are literally 10%. And having someone nearby who knows CPR and can administer it quickly, that can increase your odds of survival. It can double, even triple your chances of living. So it's absolutely paramount. Likewise, having AEDs, having them in your office, in our schools, in our grocery stores, everywhere where someone could suffer a cardiac arrest, it's a real difference maker.
Well, you are absolutely a living testament, and we are just so grateful to know that you are here and that you had a team that thought very quickly on their feet and were able to perform life-saving measures for you. Now, where can we go for additional information?
Yeah, I encourage everyone to please go and visit the American Heart Association's website at cpr.heart.org, because really, you know, most of us think this can never happen to us or anyone we know. And the odds are it's probably going to happen to someone you know, a friend, a family member, a coworker, and you knowing CPR is the difference maker that's going to save their life.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for sharing your story. I wish you a long and healthy and happy life. Thank you for joining us today. Now we have just a little bit left here in our Mountain Connection, so stay tuned. We'll be right back after this wonderful commercial break.